I've made so many mistakes, some crazy things, a lot of stupid ones.
Yeah.
Other ones where it's just get involved in something that I shouldn't have get involved in. You know, I think we've all, you know, at some degrees in our life, you know, have those experiences. And I think you still need to go through them in a sense.
Yeah.
Because you learn in order to realise that you won't get yourself in that situation again,
That's
you know?
right.
And I think that from an education point of view, because you don't need to go through the same hardship or the same challenges and hurt.
You don't have to repeat it.
You don't have to repeat it.
Yeah.
So if we can help people fast track their journey and people get the right education knowledge, and that's what I thought when I would learn from someone, I'm learning from them so I can learn from their mistakes. I don't have to go out there and try and reinvent the wheel. You know, it's like if just find anyone who's super successful in whatever you want to do, whether it's property, whether it's anything in fitness, you name it, whatever it is. If you just find the best or find someone that's at the top of their game, you'll pick up and learn from them. You know, ask them how do they perform at that level, what goes on in their mind, what makes them tick, what's some of the biggest challenges they've been able to overcome. And I've been like that my whole life, from listening to phenomenal people and listening to other people's stories as well, and just collecting information so I can become a better father, a better parent, a better business owner, a better friend, a better in my own fitness and health, and it's a never-ending journey.
Correct.
It's a never-ending
Lifelong
journey.
learners. I love it. So the boy and the man are completely different. The lifestyles and the background and where he is and the family pictures completely different. And business is completely different as well, because the guy who accidentally fell into a buy-to-let type thing is now the guy who's just got multiple companies. You've got training stuff you're doing, you've got joint ventures things you're doing, you've got portfolios, you've got now land developments and building big schemes. And you know, the last couple of weeks just alone, you've been sitting in meetings with different architects and planners and funders and everybody. Everything's changed. Everything's went bigger and better and more complex and more different. And you see, I always laugh about it. You keep saying, "I've got no idea what I was doing in that room there." You've still got that feeling of, I am finding my way. You like that? You still like it? Enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I work a lot, right? I really do. I have a nice balance. I do have a lot of time for the family, which is important to me. I have a lot of time for Alexa, which is incredibly important to me as well. And I make time for myself to do the things that I love to do. So I've got a good balance. But where I get a lot of fulfillment and enjoyment out of is just getting my mind stimulated, being involved in something. It doesn't always have to be bigger.
No, just
so happens,
different or more complex or whatever it is.
Exactly. So it's a natural progression for me, especially the way the markets are and stuff, is to transition from just having a portfolio, because let's face it, and by the way, one of my things I always say is that you want to make making money boring. Because if you do that, then you know you're always going to be making money. So that is my portfolio. That is my small little flips that the team take care of and do. And you know, if the Paul McFadden had those things on the go in the early days, he'd be like, "Oh my God, this is unbelievable! This is huge! This is massive!" But nowadays, he's just signing paperwork, and you don't really care about the pictures. Never view the property. You're just looking at, "Oh, it's cool. It's money in again." And I don't like that. How sometimes when you know a deal drops in a whole bunch of, and it's like, cool. That annoys me sometimes that I feel that way. So when you look at it in the bigger picture, it's like, well, the bigger things which stimulate my mind a lot more, there's more problems and challenges now. I just watched the last episode of Ozark last night.
Oh, did you? So we can talk about it now.
The point I'm mentioning about that there, and if you look at the main actors, is that it's constant problem solving. It's constantly doing this, constantly that. Then they think they've got this, then boom, this comes out. And in a sick way. I freaking love that. It's what I thrive on. Now, there's days when I'm like, oh my God, it's a pain in the arse, right? But it's like, great, it's a challenge to overcome. And I enjoy it, I really do. And of course, like, money's one thing, but when you get involved in bigger developments, to turn around and say, look, we built that. You're involved in that development there too. So it's a bit kind of
tangible
crazy,
thing.
Totally. You're able to do a big impact and train thousands of people who have gone out there to dramatically change their lives and and people might remember you for that. You were
Yeah.
the person that gave them that information. Like,
Totally.
this is the things that drive me, and it goes back to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I want my 3 daughters, not just them, I want anyone who looks at me as, well, this is what Paul's done, this is cool, this is crazy. If I can inspire people, then amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But the people I want to inspire the most, of course, is my daughters. I want to set the example for them so they can, whatever it is they do, it doesn't have to be business, it doesn't have to be making money.
So
Whatever they decide to do, of course they're going to understand money, right?
Yeah.
They're going to know money. Like, they already know money in their 4 and 5, Ari and Hannah. But like, for them, I want to be the example that they can go out there and do anything that they choose to do. Anything.
Right.
Absolutely anything. Because their dad, their papa, he pushed the boundaries. He never settled. He kept on, going out there and been able to just set the examples of, what it is to be alive and to live life the fullest. It's like one of those, I've had many times through my life where I've been complacent. I think we all find ourselves in those situations where we feel complacent, and you're probably coasting through life and becoming comfortable, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's periods that it's good to bask in that as such, but I get at your feet. I do. I feel like I need to be tested here. I need to be pushed on something. I need to, what's the next progression for me? And I don't know why that is. It's just this inner thing to want to push the limits and push the boundaries of what I'm possible at, or what's possible for me.
with that journey and that childhood and those steps and those growths and those setbacks and those rock bottoms and becoming the dad and doing the businesses and having the plans, what have you learned about you? What have you learned about Paul McFadden?
Wow. Well, linking it into kind of what I've just said there, like when I look back and reflect, and even like getting hijacked walking in this door and have no idea what on earth I was going to be talking about, or that you're even going to be here, and having this chat and being able to reflect as I'm talking to you, and even though I'm saying things, it's frozen images of other stuff, and I'm like, I was never supposed to be here, you know? And one thing I've learned is that because I know the challenges that I went through, I know I'm capable of so much more. So in a roundabout way, I feel like I know that I am capable of so much more. There's like, I know that I can go to the next level if I want to go. I can take it out the next gear and push it up a gear or what. So that a lot of confidence comes from that. So it means that you know that it doesn't matter if you know, it's all about being resourceful. Mm-hmm. A lot of people think, oh, it's fine, you've got money, you can do it. No, never had money.
Yeah.
You've got to get resourceful, you know. It's all right for you, you're in the best shape of your life. Yeah, but I wasn't once, you know. Like you can use all these different comparisons, but the bottom line is whoever got in the best shape or whoever got the money, they started somewhere. And I think through my whole journey and reflecting and looking after that, or looking at that journey, it just fills me with confidence to know that I know where I came from, and because I overcame so many things, so many challenges, so many times where I could have ended up in a different direction, but I know that work ethic, that whole doing things with excellence and, you know, going over and above and beyond and just push the boundaries, you can do nothing but, you know, win at life when you do that, you know. Other things, I've just found more recently how to just accept people for who they are. Do you know that way that, especially in my younger age and in my early 20s, I would curse people. I'd be like, he's just this, he's just that. I would be annoyed at people. I would be triggered by people. But nowadays I'm like, people are just people. As soon as you understand people, no one's going out there, of course there is some, but to deliberately try and do something bad or wrong, or I know there's some, they're just trying to do a better life, and whether I agree with the method to do it or what, and don't get triggered by those people. So nowadays I'm more selective with who I spend my time with. I'm more protective of my time, and I'm more forgiving as such, and I just accept people for who they are, whether they want to be more or continue to be who they are currently, that's all good, you know. I'm just here to kind of probe a little bit to get people to think, hey, you could do so much more.